Bet you think your team on top, but now we're hot and got this here on lock. Listen and watch. Don't be lollygagging while they jumping on the bandwagon.
Welcome everybody to the Bandwagon, season number 4, episode number 3. Welcome back. Make sure you hit that bell, hit that subscribe button so you get all the new episodes. I'm your illustrious host, Jay Bragg, introducing my crazy ass cast and crew. Sitting to the left side of me, introducing my co-host and self-proclaimed Jago King himself, Young Promisito.
100 names, a.k.a. straight out of Prompton. Ooh, you like that one? You like that?
Okay.
That's
Talk
right
to me about that one. You gotta explain it.
Well, let me tell
It's a motherfucking nigga named Look. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I was gonna say I don't give a fuck about nothing except getting paid, getting bitches and itching with stitches. But listen,
What's up,
and that
bro?
rhyme too. You saw how I added the listen and that rhyme too?
Yeah, I'm with it.
But Brad,
What's good, brother?
it was about 87, 88, 89.
Something around there.
Yeah, it's a long range.
Yeah, I went.
I was just a boy.
Yeah, you were just
When some of you motherfuckers was watching Muppet Babies, I was watching Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, Ice Cube, DJ Yella. And I knew all the words, Pray. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was some damn filth going on. Now that I have children, I'm irregardless.
Oh.
But it's straight out of Prompton because I was raised by NWA. And for those of you who don't know, that's niggas with attitude. So therefore, I am here. But I'm square now, though. I was real bad as a child.
Showing your shoes, dog, and your socks.
Can you see those? And the socks?
Well, soft
Now
bottom,
look,
soft bottom slide is a man that.
Give it back. And I wear them to the tips wear off.
That's it. A soft bottom. No, you gotta let them curl up like the people that's going behind the wall.
Oh, listen.
You let them curl up like Mexican foot.
No, you gotta curl up like the Wicked Witch's sister.
That's what you
know
do.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When them feet
I
stand up, I got the same
You
size.
remember we was kids and they had the Mexican. Was that racist? The Mexican jumping beans they used to have at Kmart.
Why were they really Mexican? I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they because it was cool. They would say like Mexican jumping beans.
I thought Mexican
Like
jumping beans and chickens was the same thing. You remember chickens, the shit you
That
touch
shit
and
that shit
make it
that
itch?
Kodak Black smoke?
Yeah, make it itch.
Yeah, you know what
Oh,
I'm talking about?
chicken. No, they're not the same thing.
I'm talking about that plant. I know how you
Yeah.
and get scared.
She going on
Look,
the chicken.
somebody said you fuck with them, you get chicken pox. Not chicken pox. Chicken pops.
Speaking of that, since it's almost Halloween, I had a dude say to me one time, "Hey man, you know what I think I'm gonna be for Halloween?" I said, "What?" He said, "Freddy Cougar."
Hey, that ain't funny, man. We called him Freddy Cougar.
What?
In my hood,
Like,
it was
rah,
Cougar.
you say the
It
whole
was Freddy Cougar.
Ain't that what Cougar is? Cougar's a
I swear.
Old bitch.
That's what we said. It was Freddy Cougar in my hood.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to the show.
Hey,
Young Promisito,
thank you,
man.
brother. Thank you. Good to
Episode
see you,
3,
man.
about to crank things
Oh,
up.
yeah. That's
And
what we
we've got
don't
a
know.
guest, man. You know, we've been saying people jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So we've got jumping on the bandwagon today, introducing our guest co-host, comedian brother of mine, Ray Money Jr.
What up?
What's going on, brother? Welcome to the show, brother.
Cash, let it be here, man.
How you feeling?
Cash,
Cool,
man.
man. This is nigga. This dope, man.
Yeah,
Getting here with you guys, man. Look, this was. I ain't know how it was gonna be. You know, all these niggas look like they still in here, so I wasn't sure.
Niggas is reformed. Niggas
Let's
come from
bring
whatever
good stuff.
background they come
Oh,
from.
hey, oh. What I won't have you.
I can't speak for him.
What I won't have you doing. What I won't have you doing is talking downtrodden about my cameraman. Because he just looked like he's.
You want to hear the motherfucking boss, baby.
No, I hang around.
I was talking about him more than
I hang
anybody.
around. Me and Picasso hang around outside of the show because he's the only nigga I know that look more guilty than me. I like it because look, when Picasso walked by the door, I lock my car doors.
That's our cameraman.
We pulled
Our
up
cameraman to get your ass.
He pulled up right next to me and I pointed like he thought I was speaking. I was like, nigga, I see you. I see you.
Stocking cap
I want
over
you
his
to-
eyebrow.
Yeah,
He don't want you to see it. It's easy. He can pull that shit down over his face.
that's right.
Mask
Come
on.
on. Nigga,
Mask on.
that's my boy. He the
Get off of
last.
him. Somebody get him off.
Thank you.
That nigga kill niggas and take the pictures at the same time of the crime scene.
That's my boy. He the last Hoover Deuce.
Exactly. He's the last one to do
Right.
it. Right. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show,
Man,
man. We appreciate you coming to, join us, taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us for a little second. And I know you got a show coming up. We're going to talk about that as well.
Sure.
Make sure you get to plug that.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
Are you gonna?
Let me go ahead and introduce the rest of the cast before this motherfucker, because I can already tell he on his shit right now. So introducing our in-house comedian extraordinaire, Les Bless. Welcome, brother. Welcome back to the show, man.
Go on.
Oh, it's like that? Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say.
I'm just saying. If I said I'm gonna bring in my host homeboy, if you want to say a nigga wasn't doing his job, you could have texted.
It's not like that, brother. We got co-hosts jumping on. You know what I'm saying?
Co-hosts
Jumping on
say
the
what?
Gotta put the pressure on him.
Is that what it's
pressure.
That's what it's about.
Game up.
This nigga need no break.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it's about.
That man said when you call in, we call in. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna make sure
When
we
you
fill
call
that
in, we
spot.
call it. You know what I'm saying?
How you doing, Les
We all-
Bless?
Because what happened to the battery, baby?
Picasso.
God.
You gonna steal another battery?
That what it is. Oh, he ran out the door. Oh, just aside, he outside. He's outside the building with the camera.
Somebody gonna have to go get
He
it.
say he gonna get a battery.
He back.
That nigga steal fast.
Yeah. I don't even know who charged that is. Hold on.
Yeah, who's charging?
Property of Mecklenburg County libraries and school systems. Give me that goddamn battery. Picasso.
How you doing, Les Bless?
Hey, man, I'm here.
You welcome back, man. Welcome back. We had a couple off-air conversations. You seemed a little heated early. I don't know if you want to get anything off your chest before we start the show or anything.
No, that's one of the topics.
Okay. So that's one of your topics.
Oh, yeah.
One of your segments? Part of your segment?
No, it's
a
yeah.
topic.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's a topic.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want everybody's going to discuss it.
Everybody gonna talk about it. Everybody
Because
gonna get their turn.
I don't have to be friends with them no more.
Right.
I ain't got to be cool, so I'm going to talk about your mom.
Oh, wow. Now, come on now. Not mamas.
Not mom.
It ain't my mom.
Mamas.
It ain't my mom.
But I thought mamas was off limit, man.
That boy said.
We come from the old school, right?
I'm not Italian.
Hey, that brother said. fuck
Nobody's
you
off limit.
And your
All
mom.
right. Well, you heard him. Once again, welcoming our special guest co-host, my man Ray Money Jr., comedian extraordinaire,
Money
living in
Jr.
Queen City and surrounded,
Cash.
putting on a lot of events nowadays. So, welcome to the show. We're gonna go ahead and throw some
Cash money.
topics out there. First topic, it makes sense right now having now two comedians in
Right.
studio.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm just joking.
That's
During a time where many black comedians are doing well, why is it so hard for them to get along? All right, why is it so hard for comedians to get along right now in this day and age where comedians are actually getting paid for their craft now? They're out here working, they're booking shows. It seems to be a lot easier for a comedian nowadays. So I wanted to discuss it. We're going to throw it on the table. I'm going to throw it to my man, Young Promisito. Why is it so hard for these comedians to get along right now that they're being, it's actually a fruitful time period for these comedians right now.
Yeah.
You know what I think, man? I don't think it should be a big deal. Like, I don't even think much has changed. I just think nowadays everybody's so fucking sensitive that they take everything serious. Because I saw an interview with Epsy just the other day, and he made a good point. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Shit broke. Oh, there you go. We in
That's
there.
bad, yeah.
But no, I saw an interview with Epsy the other day, man, and he made a good point. Now, everybody ain't gonna like everybody. You know what I'm saying? But just because I have an opinion on you don't mean I'm hating. I just don't care for your brand of comedy or whatever. But I think it's just that time, man, where everybody is super duper sensitive. Even comedians, and that's the craziest fucking thing in the world to me. Like,
for somebody who's supposed
a
to have
comedian
tough skin.
sensitive? Like, really? Like, I don't know, man. But I think that's what it is. I think deep down, them boys ain't really got no real problems with each other. But I think everybody just
I don't know how you be mad at another rich nigga.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't get that
That's
shit
my
either.
problem with
I
it.
really don't get that shit.
Like, in my mind, let's flip this again.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You bring your crowd, I'm gonna bring my crowd.
And man,
double up, quadruple up on their ass.
And what really made it stand out to me, man, I was watching Harlem Nights last night. And just to see everybody in that shit, I'm like, y'all stupid motherfuckers. Y'all supposed to be doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And making
Putting
way
each other
more
on.
money.
Yeah.
And making way more money, man. But I think they'll figure it out in the end. This will actually play into the whole master plan. Like, yeah, we hated each other before. Yeah, cheesy back, greasy,
gelatin ass.
But I think they'll get over it, man. We'll be good.
So you think they'll figure it out?
Eventually. They probably gonna miss out on a bunch of money, but
First, yeah.
yeah, first, but they'll figure it out.
Right. Well, we're going to throw it to our guest host, who's actually a
Money Jr.
stand-up comedian right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually has a lot of shows going on at the Comedy Zone in and around the city.
Okay.
How do you feel about it, man? During a time when many black comedians are actually being successful and fruitful now in this industry, why do you think it's so hard to get along? And this is coming now from a local perspective as well as a national perspective.
Yeah, I can definitely speak from a local perspective, and just seeing how it is around the local scene. I mean, people, especially comedians around here, you get the younger and the older ones, they get jealous of you getting opportunity. That's a big thing in comedy where somebody feel like, yo, I should have had that opportunity, which
Old don't help young.
that is
Old don't help young.
that's facts. I mean, he said that.
So there's a divide.
There's a big divide.
Yeah. Old don't help young.
It's a huge divide, especially in the local. I don't know how every scene is, but I see that quite a bit where you don't see much mentorship as what you would hear about. Like I watch a lot of interviews. That's how I get my mentorship. Just watching busload of fucking interviews to just feed off, because I'm not gonna get that shit from just around the scene. So to be able to get that and use those artists, so like you get on a national level, like a Kevin Hart and Epsy, and they going back and forth, like, yo, this shit it's fucking crazy because Mike is fucking Kevin's OG. He used to Kevin used to open for Mike, so to see that jump, like, yo, that shit is fucking crazy. Like, yo, he done found a new lane because he don't want to change in time. That's a big part of right now, the change in times with social media and the internet, to being able to market.
Gotta get on it.
That grind, that what a lot of the ones that are jumping now, and especially with social media, I've worked with a lot of cats a lot of OGs. I've worked with them, but they haven't really mentored me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't pull me to the side.
Give those jewels, those conversations.
They'll come in, or they'll book you to do a show, because you got a following that'll come with you. And I want you to come over for me. And then they'll say, all right, peace. You won't hear from them no more. And then next time they want you to come around and bring your following with them. At that time, I'm like, yo, we on the same. I don't need you no more, nigga.
Like, what the fuck I need you for now? I was trying to build, rap.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, but that's a big part of it, man. And what he was saying about, man, fucking Harlem Nights, man, that shit in every fucking community of comedy, man. Yo, it's so, the fact of just being able to make bread with fucking jokes.
Right, that's right.
That's having fun.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's all it is. We selling fucking fun, fucking laughter.
Yeah.
Motherfucker laugh and you goddamn nigga get a check at the end of that shit. You ain't doing no fucking 9 to 5, man. I like, this shit stupid as fuck. Why niggas, like my man said, like, how rich niggas is arguing?
And fight, yeah.
Nothing better than
supposed to be doing shit together more than
arguing in nice ass suits.
They need it. They should have followed your boy's model, man. How Adam Sandler used to do it, where he had all his people and all his people. Yeah. Imagine if every Kevin Hart movie there was a guest appearance.
Well, you know, Will Ferrell them did that.
Yeah,
that's all the same
group of comedians.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, that group of comedians, they've always supported.
Man, the black guys did that shit.
If we could get the black community of comedians to come together, do you understand how much funny there would be? Yeah. Do you understand how much content that is? If we get all of the right black comedians together and supporting each other, and you know, you got Master P doing the I Got the Hookup, and he's starting to bring a lot of comedians around. Now imagine if the comedians did that themselves.
They got egos, man. That's all it is.
That's the main thing, bro. That's the main.
All right, we're gonna throw it over to Les Bless. Les Bless it. What you think about it, man? This day and age, black comedians, they eat and they winning right now. Why is it so hard to get along? What's the problem?
Okay, it's simple. It's simple, but y'all don't want to. Like, it's been processed into your mind from slavery. There can only be one successful one, and then that one oversees the other one. But here's the crazy part.
So that's what Cat Williams is talking about.
No, this is what Kevin Hart is talking about.
Well, I mean, him too.
No,
is that what Cat?
No.
Cat was.
See, Cat is the worst example ever because he had the ball.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to the nigga that fumbled.
The
nigga that fumbled loses his opinion. Like, you had your turn at bat. If you drop the ball, give me the same. I don't do drugs, so I can't sympathize. But
he said allegedly.
Allegedly.
You ain't never seen me do no drugs.
Then he just not hit a driver, nigga. That's drugs.
Yeah. Like every
bipolar.
Pull over, nigga. Pull your motherfucking ass over.
That's Napoleon.
Like
is being bipolar. Motherfuckers get claimed bipolar like
and that's you know what?
That's mental
I
health.
hate to go off into mental health. But don't are you gonna?
Careful.
I can do
views
do it.
expressed. Let me feel free. The views expressed by Les Bless here on the
Are not
Bandwagon
necessarily.
Radio are not necessarily the views by the Bandwagon Radio.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, not to go off into mental health, right? But I think people use mental health as a crutch. I had that uncle that stayed in the back of goddamn Grandma Jane's house.
I had that uncle.
Yeah, and he was just, you know Uncle June crazy. And that was just the end of it.
Uncle Junior.
Yeah, ain't nobody saying that.
And Uncle Junior crazy.
Yeah, and Uncle,
you don't fuck with that room
no,
like that.
you just don't go to that
Go in that
room.
room.
Like, he didn't have no mental disability. Uncle June was just crazy.
And don't eat his cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh, no. And if you bring him wet cinnamon toast crunch, if you put milk in there, he want that shit dry. He want heart attack, choke on sawdust, cinnamon toast. He don't want golden graham. He don't want, like
He wants the knockoff.
Thank you. His saliva is all the milk he needs.
That nigga was, he was crazy. He was drunk. That nigga had a beautiful breakfast.
But that was called black medicine back in the day. Thank you. Everybody, ain't nothing wrong with a man having a slight cocktail every night and again.
Every morning.
But
all right, so why do you think it's so
It's just
hard? Ultimately, what do you think it is? So you
One
said
at a time?
you got the hierarchy now. You
Yeah.
have the one at the top, the ultimate comedian.
I just
if you
don't.
will.
I don't think it's one at the top. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. Like everybody say, Kevin Hart is the one at the top, but Kevin Hart is the one in your face. Okay, but the guy on TV is real. The guy in movies is real. Kevin Hart and real running neck and neck.
Bless it.
Who put some on this mic?
Bless.
See what happens? See what
Let's
happens when you
bless
start hating on Kevin Hart?
Hey, yeah.
I
can't say
You can't. You
It's
can't.
not the same.
That's what you know. I'm saying in different avenues. TV real got it. Kev can't do TV. I don't think Kev can be episodically funny. He couldn't give it to you every week with a changing current. Like the difference is with a guy like the best comedians. I'll give you a perfect example. Jerry Seinfeld, his stand-up set is impeccable. We watched him do how he creates his stand-up. Remember we watched that documentary from him? And then his show is just a bleed over of that. And he created episodic TV around his day-to-day jokes that he never used.
You don't think K Hart can do it?
I know. All right, here's the funny part. Kevin would have to deviate so far away from who he is on stage to make a good TV show.
The only reason why I asked that question because I saw something from the what do you got, the LOL
The Laugh Out Loud Network. Yeah.
And it was basically just some stand-up shit. But he had people acting it out.
But that was
content.
No,
Woody
started. Like Kevin
That
bought
was smart, though. That was smart.
Kevin bought that. That was Woody's audition tapes. Like most people don't know how he got acting gigs. Woody had been doing that. Now he was part of that Dormtainment network. Those guys were doing it in apartments.
I just got put on there.
Exactly. Like all of that out in Cali is old. Like all of that's old. Young Easy. Like all of those.
Shouts out to my man Blanco. He put me on that shit.
They've been out there doing it. So he gravitated towards it because all of those guys already built up a following, and on the West Coast they were able to do shows independent of any promoters, anybody booking them. They started doing shows, and they would come reenact their skits like plays. And then a guy like Woody, good-looking guy, can dance, can sing, can do everything else. It ties into having a career.
Bobby.
Now, the difference is with Kevin Hart and this Laugh Out Loud network, he's away. Kevin is away.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about that guy, it's only one white guy that can do that at a time. Like it was Steve Carell at one point. It was Will Ferrell at another point. It was David Spade. It was Adam Sandler. Like you only get that one guy that can. Right now, the biggest guy in Hollywood is The Rock. There was a time when you got Bruce Willis, Steven Seagal, Will Smith, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's colder with them limo?
Transport.
all them boys. I never knew what his name was. What's his name?
Billy Staten.
Yeah, John Stamos. Jason
Statham.
Statham.
There you go.
Yeah, he's dope.
He made the cul-de-sac cool.
No,
He made the cul-de-sac cool.
What was your boy that was shaker not stirred? What was him with the cul-de-sac?
That's what I'm talking about.
Alex Quartermain. No, what's my boy name? 007.
Ooh.
007 with the white colder.
Hulk Hogan?
Not Burt Reynolds.
Hulk Hogan did make colder.
But no, what was my Sean Connery? Sean Connery. The Rock.
Oh,
That boy had a feathered goddamn cold.
Connery got a full head of hair on.
Hell no, that was raw skin with a goddamn.
I'm talking about a real cola, like Transmarker made that.
Oh, you want like a Homer Simpson cold?
Yeah.
Uncle Phil cold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a Carl Winslow cold.
Yeah. It was George.
No, his time.
No,
It was James Evans.
James
It
Evans.
was George Jefferson.
George Jefferson did have a cold.
Hey, you know what you need to do? Y'all need to make a meme and list the
coldest?
best cul-de-sac.
Oh, yeah.
Best cold we got to.
I'm going to get that for the next
Presented
episode.
by the Bandwagon.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
That's what we're going to do. Best cola.
Best cold. And you know what? I want to put it out there to the people. I want to put it out. Let them vote and see who rocked the best. Because
Who rocked the best?
You remember
You want
George
to-
Jefferson had them 2 parts in the side of his head.
No.
The Bandwagon
James-
radio.
Oh!
At the Bandwagon
Cleo
radio
McDowell.
Instagram.
Cleo
Tag us.
McDowell.
Who had the best cul-de-sac?
Shit,
We want to know.
Carl Winslow was the true American dad.
He had that baby face.
Carl Winslow.
That's a strong argument.
Carl Winslow was the only police officer black people ever loved.
Best
But he had like a peak, though.
He had the peak.
Yeah, he had a box
fade colder, like Which probably had a dope. James, look,
James Evans had a
I knew they were going to go to James Evans.
Philip Banks. Philip Banks was the best colder.
No. Philip wore his
Philip.
masterfully.
Yes, with the walk, fly, phrase, and touch of grace.
Yes.
Listen.
With dignity.
Next time y'all watch Coming to America, check Cleo McDowell.
Oh, no, he had the ball.
That was James Evans, but it was an advance. It was James Evans. That nigga had a part in everything. He had a part.
My buttons have no seat.
We're throwing our next topic on the table. Once again, welcoming our co-host, my man Ray Money Jr. in the building. Rocking out with the Bandwagon right now. So we're going to throw this next topic out there. You're a father.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to throw this next topic out, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot to say about this. My kids, my problem. If you're dating, however, you have kids from a previous relationship, is it okay for your new mate to discipline your kids? And if so, to what degree is it okay?
Yo, this
As a father.
Yo, this shit hit home right here, man. This is like I'm a father and a stepfather. So this shit is
This real talk.
This is right here. So for me, I mean, you say dating. I'm being married, so it's gonna be on 2 different, spectrums for me.
Oh, brother, I didn't see you had the handcuff on your finger. Look
Hey.
Congratulations.
These niggas in here sad and hungry, nigga. I ate before I came to the show, nigga.
Oh, no, I'm with you, brother. I know what
You think Craig ain't married with all them 12 kids? He ain't got no choice.
He can't go nowhere.
No, you can't at that point. It was a time I used to say that boy Cliff Huxtable, but now you like,
I know.
I know.
No, hell no. Now there's no comparison.
Yeah, now you like, I know.
Please no. Okay, but put it in terms of when you were dating, or if you were dating. As a father, how do you feel about dating?
Dating? Nah, I couldn't. Because I was out in the street, man. I was too many. Like, yo, who gon' ain't gonna let no random, no disrespect. I don't know what y'all think. No skeezers put their hand on.
Who you saying no disrespect to? The skeezers?
No, yeah, they're the skeezers, man. You gonna have there'll be some letters up here from skeezers. You know, skeezers write these days. They gonna have that shit on the napkins. The skeezers don't really do real shit. They be out in the street. That's all. But
So you ain't trying to have nobody else watching your kids. If you were trying to give them a chance as far as dating them, they have no disciplinary.
Nah, let me know
ties in your circle.
because I mean, if you date me, I'm trying to figure your ass out first. I don't know you like that. So
That's true. That's very
I mean, you got to figure them motherfuckers out first. So if I make that commitment and say, all right, I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna do, we're gonna take the next step. Then I'm like, all right, I'm committing the rest of my life to you.
So now,
Man, they yours now too.
Talk about they yours.
They yours too. That's it.
All right, Yo, Promisito, I'm gonna throw it over to you, man.
Oh, yeah, I think my mic broke. Oh, there you go. You gotta tell me when you take me out, man.
I didn't take you out. It's a trick now. I figured it out. I figured it out. When I figure your mics are, not working properly, I can get you right.
Right. All right.
So how you feel about it? You also as a father?
It's tricky.
Yeah.
It's Run DMC, baby. This is tricky. This is real tricky. I don't think I would be all right with anybody else disciplining my child. I mean, you can threaten her and say, I'm going to tell your father.
Okay.
And I coming in,
Verbal threats are okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, I wouldn't feel comfortable putting hands on anybody else's child. Just because you don't really know what the line is, unless y'all have that conversation prior to. You know what I'm saying? Like, how far do you go? Like, not trying to incriminate my mother. But growing up, growing up, I got hit with some shit, Picasso. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, so do you grant them permission? All right, you can use the belt, but you can't use the shit that I use. You can't use the brush or the extension cord. And of course, you can't do these things these days. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah, that's Adrian Peterson.
you see, they trying to get his ass.
Hypothetically.
Right. All he was doing was whipping some ass.
AP got 3 more contracts since then.
Right. But they tried to get him, and all he was doing was, I ain't think nothing was wrong with what that man was doing.
Whipping some ass.
I don't know, man. That's a tricky one, man. I just, when you talk about motherfuckers' kids, man, it get real crazy real fast.
Well, let me just say, because you touched on something I thought was very important, and it made me think back to my childhood. Now, I had a stepfather, of course, growing up, and my stepfather, my mother made it clear, you are not to discipline him.
Yeah, and that's
which is, she was very stern about that, very, very, very stern about that. OG status, like on some look. Me and you had him, this child together. We can discipline this one.
Right.
This one was here before this play ever came. You don't touch this.
Yeah, you can't touch
this.
He's grandfather.
And I can respect that. I can definitely respect that.
So, quick question. With that being your childhood, so did old buddy provide for you at all?
Oh yeah, no, he was around. I mean,
no. Did he still provide for you and do everything?
Everything else.
He did everything, but he couldn't whoop no ass.
He gonna do everything else.
He was allowed to do everything else except for discipline.
Right. You don't get treated no different. You gonna feel right.
But I think my mother also knew the type of boy I was, that if he put hand on me,
you gonna cheat you.
It was going down. Like,
you ain't my fault.
I think it was even killed. I think there was a yin and yang too. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I think mommy had enough.
You know that's the kid's kill move every time. You ain't my father.
She knew
what?
I think she knew that part. That he don't need to, and that's probably not his place. But at the same time, I know my child. My child gonna go to war with this motherfucker too. So,
right.
But we had a great relationship. I can't nothing against my stepfather. We had a great relationship. So. But I definitely had to put that out there because it made me think.
The question is, though, since we're talking about that, did you ever do anything in hindsight now that you're a father, and did you ever do anything where you think back now, like, yeah, he should have stole off on me? No, he was pretty cool as a child.
No, I ain't saying that either. I'm saying my mama was about that life, so
so he didn't have to do that. Yeah.
Put it this way, man. Mama stopped spanking a nigga around. Belts went out the window probably around about 11. Because I was laughing at belts around about 12.
Mine was about 12.
So it started
hit with growth spurt.
Then you start getting punched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's next level.
I think mine stopped when just my reflexes caught the belt. Like, I wasn't even trying to be unruly.
That's my point. It got to the point.
So you want the belt, goddamn.
You feel empowered. You feel empowered when that happened.
No. Wait, hold on.
Tell me you did not feel empowered.
What was that power up noise you made?
The tank,
Did you hear it? The power up noise, that was
like, what was that noise? She was ruthless. My whole life, she was ruthless.
You felt it.
It's surprised him when he thought that.
And look, this is the fucked up part. You know what I was getting a whooping for?
What's that?
This is how you know you too old. I had got drunk for the first time.
Oh my God.
But I was like 12 though.
God damn, you been a criminal.
Natty Light.
Country shit. That's some country shit.
I had drunk about 4 or 5 of them Natty Lights. I'm talking about stumbling.
Cheese beers.
stumbling. Look, dropped about 4 or 5 of them natty lights. My cousin worked at McDonald's at the time. The closing shift, so you know he got all the old burgers. He's bringing all the old burgers in the bag. Ate hella burgers. Went to sleep, popped in the bed. My other cousin trying to clean up behind me. His mama called my mama at work. Yeah, he horrible. I don't know, because you know my daddy was alcohol too. It's running in his blood. It's in his blood. It's in his blood, baby. And she came home the next day and tried to whoop me, and I got down. Hold on now. Yeah, goddamn, huh? I caught that boy like Daniel.
I was just gonna have to know.
Let's bless it for a second, man. I mean, we, you know, as
No, just
okay.
all right. Yeah.
Alley-oop. Let's bless.
Well,
If you're dating,
yeah,
you got
throw
kids.
it.
All right, but you got kids.
Yeah.
Are they okay to discipline your kids?
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Please.
Anybody that I feed, I beat. So that's
what Money Jr. said.
Now on the bad side, if you want to beat my children, let me explain something to you. If you see whatever crusted towel or sock or whatever I left the jizz in that's on the floor, beat the hell out of it. I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Flush it down the toilet, beat the shit out of towel. I know I got a couple socks pregnant at least. There's something down there that done had my child. Other than that.
1.5 socks running around.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm waiting on the blood test from a bed spring right now. It's a box spring and a mattress that I might owe some boat to, but other than that, you beat the hell out of my chair. Because I don't leave it in there. I ain't worried about that. I don't leave it in there.
You don't know what you're missing. You gotta leave it in there.
You gotta try it one time, he said.
You can't leave it in there.
I
don't leave it in
right here while niggas
You gotta relax and release,
wise
baby.
right. They busting off in the pillowcase.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get every household appliance pregnant, whatever it is. Everything but a shit that'll make a person I
Everything
gotta
must
feed.
go. Everything must go.
Everything but some I might have to feed later on. Anything that can talk back for 18
This
years.
nigga, I stand.
I was about to say, you better watch out. Watch where you sit. Watch what you say.
That's why all my cookouts be on patio furniture outside. No one comes inside, we bring television outside. And the remote is in a plastic bag. So I'm just letting you know where I'm coming.
I think that's a great segue.
You get that deal? I'm just letting you know where I'm coming
Man,
from.
DJ Strategy. We'll be right back. Welcome everybody back to the bandwagon. Shouts out to my man DJ Strategy. Make sure you follow him at StratDollar.
Strategy Music.
Make sure you following us too at the Bandwagon Radio. Make sure you hit that bell and subscription. You gotta subscribe, man. You gotta catch all this funny, man. The Bandwagon, jump on, all right? Next topic, we're throwing it on the table. Do it for the culture. In today's rap game, what does it mean to be a successful artist? What makes a big artist today? We want to know. I'm going to throw it first to our in-house resident artist and producer, Young Promisito. We're doing it for the culture right now, man.
Let me spit some hot fire. And it's fitting.
When I come through and I blow the spot, your son is the king of the parking lot. Oh, go ahead, man.
Y'all, tell me what's a man to do when he pursues those things that's known to bring more confused days and times, maneuver through these mazes blind, amazed by these ways of mind, one of a kind. All right, so I'm saying all that to say.
What the? Okay. I don't know.
So basically what I'm saying is...
I missed the memo.
Basically what I'm saying is, these niggas, and I posted something on IG today, like, the thing that they think success is, and what it actually is, like, they'll fuck up real success trying to get to the bullshit. Like, they want the money phone. You know what I'm saying? They want to smoke dope on camera and, you know, act like a jackass. When, nigga, you could have just followed the direction of your mentors and the people who know better, and you could have got that bag, man. I'm talking about for real, for real. And then you can do all that ignorant shit you wanted to do. But you already set up straight where you going to be good, man. So, man, I don't know. These days, I think a lot of them, it's that attention span thing, too. Like, you know, they'll be hot for like a week or 2, 3 weeks. And then you might know their name, but they won't have shit going on. Like, you'll have to refer back, oh, he had that one song, but that shit ain't getting played no more. You know what I'm saying? So they get so caught up in the chase of that, man. And I don't know, is that considered big, though? That's the question.
I think
like, if you have like a 3 week, 2 month, 3 month run,
Are you big now? Like, or were you
Well,
just
you know, in
big
some
for
of these
that?
motherfuckers' mind, they believe
They
that
are. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
And they'll end up fucking up the
Oh,
marathon
yeah.
for that little bit of shit, man. So these days, I'm trying to think of the newest artist that I would consider a big time, like a superstar. And I can't. The last person I can really think of in my mind is fucking J. Cole. And how long ago was it when J. Cole came out?
2008.
Yeah.
Shit,
a long
that's been
time.
10 years ago?
To actually, to say you're looking for someone that you could say is
Think
that.
about it. Think
Right,
about it
like
this.
really became a star. Like had they little buzz and like steadily went up. Like,
I would
can't-
say from a young generation, I could think Lil Pump kind of fits in that realm. I don't think now I'm not saying he's hit his peak or that big yet, but I'm saying I think he's had a consistent enough run and had jumped to another plateau. No. He said, no, you must have somebody in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Who you think?
Travis Scott shows on.
Oh, yeah. Travis easy. I knew that.
He's like this week they announced he's $1 million. A piece.
Yeah, I forgot about
He's a
Travis.
what?
I was
He's
not
$1
there.
million per show now.
Yeah, that's Travis.
That's success.
That's success. But and he does it. See, and that's the reason why I didn't even think about it
Because it's organic.
It's organic. His shit is so smooth. Whether you know he dropped the project or not, this nigga making moves. You know what I'm saying? And those are those consistent
But that's
situations that you can consider a big artist.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I think my take on it real quick, just to touch on it real quick. I think we've all been in a situation just from our industry where we tried to help somebody, whether it was an artist or a talent alike, where we tried to help them reach success. I think one of the biggest things is them taking heed to what you're saying. I think, and that's something big that you touched on earlier when you were saying the OG's not really giving back. You know what I'm saying? To the up and coming talents and artists and comedians. I think this play is real big, this topic, because that's major and that's missing right now. The OGs aren't around, but then you do have those cases where you do have the OGs around and we're trying to teach or we're trying to instill something into these.
And they don't want to hear that shit.
And they don't want to listen. Or they think they know more. They think they know better. And it's like, we're not in a position to say that, look, we the Holy Grail.
Right.
We ain't saying that, but what we're saying is we've been here long enough. We've done this. We've seen these plays
Let me
before.
help you to avoid
Let
some
me
of these
help
damn
you-
mistakes.
Exactly. Let me help you not have to go into some of the pitfalls that I've had to experience or endure. And I know myself, I take pride in that right now through all my brands, Tiger Eye, the Bandwagon, Power 104.4 FM, Coalition DJs, Carolinas. I take pride in actually trying to teach because no one taught me a lot of the stuff I know. A lot of things I know, I'm like you, I'm self-taught, I'm self-researched, and I got burnt. I learned from losing. Shouts out to the homie Nusset who did a poem for me. I learned from losing, baby. I learned from taking L's. Nigga, nobody helped me. Like, I learned from taking L's, so now that I'm trying to give back, you would think that somebody would be receptive and open-minded, like, damn, I watched him do something. You know what I'm saying? So
my question for the rap and the music industry, I don't know what is successful. My man, he said Travis Scott.
Travis Scott, yeah, that's actually
$1 million show. I mean, that's just he's eating. That's one. So on a scale a lot lower down than that, for someone that hasn't made it to the J. Cole, that's been able to travel international and across country, what would you consider successful?
I think that's a part of the question. Like,
What is success? What is the success from a music standpoint? Is it just being able to eat when you're not high, like you're not the
the consistency. That's why I was able to, as soon as he said that, I thought about Lil Pumps and how he kind of came out of nowhere and he had a little jump. I thought Little Pump's situation is what I was trying to say, and how he kind of catapulted and he was consistent for the time period. But you know what? Thinking about more consistency, who's been like going real hard consistently, and not only being consistent, putting up real numbers. Travis Scott, I have to agree with him to date.
How do you eat if you was hot for 6 months?
Merchandising, touring.
After that 6 months where everybody
Streaming.
where do you go from there? How do you get back to where you eat? That's my question, bro. If you had that spot for a little moment,
do I get that?
I'll answer.
Okay, let's play. So you're saying somebody who had the positioning, who doesn't have the position. So we're gonna stretch the topic a little bit. Stretch the topic.
How do you eat when you get cold?
when you get cold,
Okay, here's a perfect example.
You gotta read them.
Everything happens. Everything happens in waves. The guy that gets hot, the way that he's able to sustain when he's cool is the fact that, first of all, no one talks about publishing. Every artist, terrible businessman. Publishing is the one only piece of leverage that you have. The only way a record label makes money is off your publishing. How many times it gets spun, how many times it gets viewed on YouTube, how many times it gets Spotify, it gets streamed, Apple Music, licensing, movies. Now here's the deal. The way that you eat when you get cold is everyone knows that you're the guy that had that spot. The same thing that Ray Money complained about and said that what other, and I wholeheartedly am a victim of that. I know for a fact it's been older comedians that I went to and asked for advice, and they say, nigga, you on the radio, you don't take this shit serious, fuck you, we ain't helping you. And then they'll go out and tell my joke. So, bitch, you don't do it better than me. You can't be me better than me.
Exactly.
But the way that
That's
you
what I
eat,
do.
when you got an artist, and it's a hip-hop artist, and he wants to eat while he's cold, all he has to do is reach back and connect with someone else. Just don't think your shit don't stink. The easiest way, I'm gonna tell you, I give you the secret. Let's let the cat out the bag. You ready, Craig?
I mean, we might as well because
Let's let the cat out the bag.
I'll straight up let it out.
I'll tell you, he go the biggest secret ever. The most relevant guy ever in hip hop industry. His name is Lear Cohen. Lear Cohen associates himself with whatever is the hottest at the time. He is so humble, and he is so humble and so direct. He'll say to a hot artist, I'm with you now. Do me a favor. Keep doing this so that a year from now I can be with you again. If you're not, I won't be around you. The only reason Baby can sign UNLV in 1989 and come all the way back in 2018 and still be associated with Drake's Scorpion album that just streamed 5 billion times off one album is the fact that he associates with the new hot nigga. If you come down off your high horse and say, you know what? I made it. I ain't gonna just be the guy. I'm gonna share that spotlight so that everybody can eat. The easiest way to warm back up is to attach yourself to the hot nigga. So you want to know why they don't have to throw away apple pies at McDonald's?
You gave away my food right there.
You don't have to throw away apple pies at McDonald's because they stay under the fucking
He just told y'all. He just broke it down. Essentially, that's essentially what I do.
That's the key to
If you think about all the brands I just yelled out, these are essentially extended arms. All I'm doing is now helping others. I've already established myself, you know what I'm saying, independently. So I'm in a position that I can help others and put others on the Bandwagon, Coalition DJs Carolinas, Power 104.4 FM, The Underground, you know, these different platforms, Tiger Eye Management Group. Gotta shout out the brands because that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm sharing my platforms and I'm offering these platforms to other talented people. So that's dope that you were able to break that all the way down. I think
broke it down.
Did he answer your question?
Yeah. I mean, it makes clear sense.
It's a million ways for the cold guy to eat. Like I give you another perfect example.
MCM
2 years ago. Yeah, that's the truth. No, like that ain't a joke. That's
Tone or mix a lot.
Like MC Hammer attached himself to so many one-hit wonders after him. When he was I eat for him. Because the word of the day is publishing.
Yeah.
Publishing and leverage.
Yeah.
Now, I get my best example is most people believe that to be a hot artist, you gotta have a hot song on the radio. That's not the case.
True.
That's not the case.
False. For all the artists listening, that is false.
Artists with some of the best with the most consistent and best show money have the best social media presence, not the best radio presence. The guy Plies don't sit at home any weekend. The number's still 25 a show. That don't change. Boots is still scraping in 65, 75 a show. And everybody dies at a Boosie show, and they still lining up and die because his social media presence. He gonna be honest and be real. Thank you. I know what happened. Dog, I was there with Miller. I was on the road with Boosie. Boosie was working the Chitlin Circuit, and I was going from small city to small city in a 13-passenger fucking van with Boosie, and somebody was getting shot every time we went somewhere. I'm talking about we went to Charlotte. We went to Alabama. We went to Birmingham.
I met this nigga. He was in the club bucking that.
No, and I'm talking about, I knew for a fact, I'm on the road with Boosie. I'm a young boy. You remember this, Prag? I'm a kid. And I get up there and I'm like, yo, I need to go get that back end. They just sent Boots at 8. I need to go get this other 7. I go get that other 7. I come back, blah, 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 blah. We'll set this bitch out. Set this bitch out. God damn, the first song.
First song. They can't even get through a full goddamn show.
But no, that's the key to it.
It's on the top.
You find a way to your social media. Like my other perfect example. Fetty Wap came out and had the hottest start of any artist of all time. Mm-hmm. He had the first 3 songs that he ever put out. 2 of them went number 1, and the 3rd one went top 4. Come on, cuz. And now you can't get a Fetty Wap song on the radio. You
right,
see what I'm saying?
right.
But he was able to branch off into other things. He does scoring for video games now.
Facts.
He creates mods and skins for Fortnite. He's associated with 1 million techcom companies. It's 1 million ways for you to build off your name during that hot streak, which is a very small window.
And that's the science, though. That's initially the science. Like,
if you want to take it a step further, Chameleonaire is a fucking billionaire.
yeah, I fuck with Chameleon.
Billionaire?
Billionaire.
You know how much a billion is?
You don't even know how much a billion is. How much is a
billion?
Wow.
Spending into the money.
Can't bullshit.
We getting to the money, man. We're going to throw things over to my man, DJ Strategy. We'll be back. This is the Bandwagon.
Yeah.
Come on around. All right, y'all. Welcome you guys back to the Bandwagon. Hit that bell. Subscribe now. Make sure you're following us as well at the Bandwagon Radio. Throwing our last topic out there. The best that never was. The most hyped hip-hop albums that never came out. And do we still want them? Such as Detox, Andre 3000 solo album, the Underground Mafia album, Outkast 7th album, Jay Electronica's album, which I was very much so looking forward to that one. I must say, I was fucking looking forward to that one.
I wrote that topic before you had promised. I felt that in my mind.
Jay Electronica, man, I've been so...
Go ahead, you kick it off, Frank.
Okay, all right. So me personally, some of them I say no. I'm not necessarily worried about receiving those projects now, but then some of those I'm like, yes.
Look out for Detox.
I still like Detox. Come on, Dr. Dre. We've been wanting that Detox forever. Hey. I'm a music junkie.
Hey.
Detox is what's needed. Like now, at this point, would it be what it could have been, say, 5 years ago?
You can't put it out now.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
you can't.
What would it even be what it is? And I think that's initially the question here is, what we wanted then, could it be what we would want now?
What year was it going?
I wanted Detox then.
2020.
I wanted Jay Electronica. Now, I think Jay Electronica's album still could be worth something, personally. Now,
I don't see how.
Again, that's my point. Like, after so many years of wanting and not getting,
the reference is not the same.
Like Jay Electronica,
that's facts.
It's almost a 10-year wait already.
And that's my point. Musically, you're like, dope. I need that in my world.
And the bad part about it is they say the album been finished for 5 years.
So see, like,
He's scared.
Would it even make sense now if it's 5 years old? If the project is 8 years old, would it even make sense at this point? Do we want it? I'm gonna throw it to my guest co-host today, Ray Money Jr. What you think about it, man?
Yo, man, look, it changed my mind because you asked me this like a couple weeks ago, man, before Wayne dropped. Like, I don't know. I ain't know if I really, it's been a while now, you know. Some of his raps on me, I don't know if I still want to hear that shit, but I heard it, I'm like, all right, I can still rock with it. So it made me change, I don't know.
So you fucking with
I can fuck with it.
Perfect topic. So you fucking with the Wayne project.
I can fuck with the Wayne project. Yeah,
So
I think
for the wait, is it worth it? Was it worth it?
for the wait? Nah, not for the wait. Not for the
I'm
wait.
telling you, sorry for the wait, Craig. Like,
I get it, but that's my point. Yeah, you can apologize for the wait, but it's kind of like I just posed the question. Like, we wanted these albums then. Does it make sense now so late? Do we still want them the same? And is it going to deliver the same as it would have 5, 8, 10 years ago when we wanted it?
It's not.
Initially. Young Promisito as a music fan and artist.
No, promise you can't lay up on this
Come
one.
on now. Do you still want the Detox?
This one was
Do you
written to
still want Outkast 7th album?
Okay, I want to go down the line because it was a hell of a list.
Okay.
Jay Electronica, no. Detox, no. Dre's solo album, yeah. But see, I'm gonna give Outkast the nod just because, for one reason, They recreated themselves every time. So regardless of when they put it out, it'll be different from everything else.
This is true.
And then people just want to hear Andre 3000 rap so bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if he's singing, I'm still not mad though, because Love Below was so hot.
It's the soundtrack
Love,
of my childhood.
Love Below,
Soundtrack to
Love Below,
my childhood.
That's one of them albums that I played so much. Like, it's hard for me to listen to it now because I listen to it so
much. That was like
I
college,
don't think I've ever listened
Was
to
that
an album.
college? That was
Yeah.
college days.
It was either college or right when we got out.
Right when we got somewhere in there.
2003.
Right when we
College,
got out.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right when we got out. But
Well, no,
Other-
you got up for me. First time.
those are the only guys, man. Like, Detox. And I love Dr. Dre. I just told y'all I'm straight out of Prompton.
Yes.
3 stacks.
But you don't want
that.
But you don't want that detox.
Only reason why I say no to Detox, because now there's no way possible you can live up to the hype. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You done hyped it up too much. It'll be a letdown either way. You'll be disappointed either way.
Cash Jr., what about that I Can't Feel My Face? Joel Santana and Lil Wayne combo album that was supposed to come out.
I would be, if they said it was going to drop, I like, just because I want to hear it. Let's just leave it at that. I want to hear that one.
I thought that was the Frank Ocean.
No, that was Golden Cane.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, y'all.
Frank Ocean.
Hey,
I'm a bit L7 over there.
He's a hardcore rap artist.
Man,
That Love Below, my nigga, though.
The Love Below, man.
Three stacks had niggas clapping.
Three Stacks had one rap song on that whole album, and it was better than everybody that year.
No.
That last song.
I met you in a club in Atlanta, Georgia.
Better than everybody.
Yeah,
So imagine he rap a whole album. Like, they ain't got a chance.
No, that's how simple that. So it was called A Day in the Life of Andre
Yeah.
Benjamin.
One
and it was
song
4.5
was better than
minutes
everybody's song.
with
Yeah.
no hook, and he was like, "I'm just gonna give you this whole story, and I'm gonna rhyme it, and I dare you to beat me."
And you know what I used to like that he used to do? He'll just hop on somebody random shit. All right,
Just tell
I'm gonna
me.
kill you. I'm gonna kill you on your shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll hop on, walk it out, and kill
yeah,
everybody.
and give it to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy, he hit on. I remember he was on Ryan Leslie. What was that? He was on John Leslie.
Yeah.
Give me the green light, and I was like, "Oh,
And
my
then-
God.
and then-
freestyling, which I said I'm do. Which is what I'm telling you. And you like,
was
this nigga had on a tuxedo with ducktails, right?
what was whose album was the Chose shit on with UGK and
That's International Players Anthem.
Yeah,
That was UGK. And that's another one, Craig. I thought about you because Underground Mafia was a super group.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we forgot.
UGK, Outkast,
Now that
and 3-6 Mafia supposed to make an album.
yeah.
And it got put on hold because, of course, Pimp C got it.
But put me check for that one too.
Check yeah.
Yeah.
Would you still take that without Pimp C?
No. You're right.
You need the Pimp.
But I'm sure they got material though.
Without the
they got material.
No, and here's the crazy part. Just to give y'all a cliffhanger on this one.
R.I.P. the Pimp, man.
Just to give y'all a cliffhanger on this one was so crazy. Juicy
Smoke
J,
something, bitch.
Juicy J said that they actually got about 6 songs.
I know they got some.
I want to hear him.
They
I
actually got about
got it
6 songs.
because you know I came up on you.
He did. Because they trying to make Juicy J like he got two top 10 hip hop singles right now. And Juicy J, it was like, you ever think you'll put out that Mafia album, that Underground Mafia album with Outkast? And he was like, man, look. He said International Players Anthem was so crazy because they sent the beat. And Andre, being Andre, went and remade the beat and stripped all the bass out of his part. So I sent the text to the girl I used to see. And like they like, he's like, Pimp was like, man, fuck that, man. That ain't our beat. I made that shit, man. Hell no. I killed that skirt wearing nigga, man. And then he said, then he heard the verse and was like, oh. Yeah, man, we'll let that nigga go first, man. He understand, you know what I'm saying? He understand.
That's how good of an artist that nigga was.
So you
Kill
be expecting R.I.P. 3 Stacks then?
That's
So you want the 3 stacks out?
Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm saying. There's some days I still want. I'll take the 3 Stacks. I'll take the Outkast 7th album. I'll take the J Electronica just because I've been starving. I ain't heard something in a minute, like a long time, and I feel like he left us on the cliff. You know what I'm saying? Like
He left us for Erykah Badu.
Hey, everybody does. Everybody does.
The nigga wore a skirt and niggas still want it. I don't know too many down south rappers can do that.
Right,
Like,
facts.
They get a pass.
They get a pass. That nigga album, he nigga rap for real.
The one that I always hear, like people bumping into me and asking me about coming out, just in my travels now in the music industry.
Throughout your studies.
The biggest one, like the secret album, was they said there's an actual only built for Cuban Links Part 2.
Oh, wow.
That exists somewhere in the world. Raekwon with Ghostface. They say that exists. No, you remember they did the only built for Cuban Links, then they came back and they split. They did the Raekwon and the Tony Stark separate.
So you know them young boys out there listening.
Like they have no idea what I'm talking about.
What the fuck is this? The Raekwons and the what? Wu-Tang.
Nigga,
No, nothing about no real music.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. What the fuck is that? Andre 3 Stacks. What the fuck they talking about? The only person we know wearing the skirt is Young Thug. What the fuck they talking about?
And then I'm gonna take it a step further.
Take it further.
It's an NWA album with leftover easy lyrics called "Not These Niggas Again," where everybody got back together and they got some old easy verses.
Oh wow.
And Dre and Cube said,
Can't do it. We can't.
because they were gonna do it like they had new music for the actual movie, and then Dre dropped that Compton album, but like they never released like the actual, and like they got Yella and Ren and everybody got it. They got some like some old Nate Dogg singing hooks, and they got Snoop Dogg, like they got Snoop Dogg filling in for some easy slap. Like
To be honest with you, I was satisfied once he dropped that album.
Compton?
Yeah, I was good with Detox. I was like, you ain't gotta drop Detox.
And I can respect that too.
Yeah, I don't need it. Because he had everybody on it.
Yeah.
He had Cube.
He had the culture on it.
Yeah, he had
The
Cube
West
and
Coast
Exhibit
culture.
and Snoop and Kid.
That's really what you want is that West Coast culture that most of us came up on.
No, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Fuck all of that. I need Outkast's 7th album.
Oh yeah. I told you.
I can put it out anytime.
And I need 3,000. I need it. I need it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I go to my grave 3,000. Lord willing to pass before I do, and I still be like, I'm still waiting on that 3,000. You gonna drop
from
the grave? I'm gonna need that. Yeah, I need that
from the grave records.
From the grave. Never get me back, man.
New these young artists. So do you think that you would be able to, as you get older, be like, yo, I can't deal with this music that's being put out now, and you like, you know what, I need to go ahead and get one of these released because I can't deal with what's.
But see, here's the funny thing for the cats older than us. Like, they look back and they like, man, I'm so thankful Jay-Z dropped 444. Like, they look like, I don't know if I want to be that guy. Like, I got to hang my hopes on one guy and be like, man, I hope this nigga keep dropping. Like, niggas want Jay-Z to drop till he's 60. Like, which would be, 3 years. But they niggas be like, man, I still want Jay-Z to drop. Like, and I look at him and be like, dog, Jay, I don't never want you to stop recording. Right. Because somebody got to show him how to really rap. Somebody got to set.
Somebody got to keep the culture moving.
Somebody got to set the tone. Like we can't lead the world to Kanye.
Okay, I think that was a good way to end the show right there. Once again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following at the Bandwagon Radio. On behalf of my co-host, Jacob King, Promisito.
100 names. Follow me on the Instagrams, Young Prom 100. You can also find me on MySpace under Kelvin Benjamin.
Okay. Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah, it's your space. That's the wide receiver that played the Pride Fight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Scratch that. Instagram, Young Prom 100.
All right, on behalf of our in-house guest, co-host, my man Ray Money Jr. Money Jr. Let me know how they can follow you, brother.
Find me on Instagram, Comedian Ray Money. Shit, just Google me. Comedian Ray Money. Some of that shit will come up. Ray Money Comedy. You'll see me somewhere.
Let them know about the show real quick.
Yeah,
too,
October 25th, 8 o'clock, Comedy Zone. Headlining there. Show's called Ray Money. It's corporate thugging. It's a true definition of me working in corporate America for over a decade and sometimes still living in the hood. I get a chance to explain out my story and just bring the funny, man. That's it, man.
How they get those tickets?
Can we get some tickets?
You go right to you can go to the website, comedyzone.com.
That's how we can get them.
No, I got you.
Oh, yeah. Money Jr.
you? Let them know how they can get the tickets.
No, look. Not the people on here. Y'all can't get them for free. On the bandwagon, right?
Thank you, Ken.
There's some perks to the bandwagon, baby.
Bandwagon perks.
That's just.
But you can ReadyToComeToZone.com. You can pick up those tickets or shit, nigga. You can cash out me, nigga. We can get them together.
That's why they call him Money Junior, baby.
Hey, you ain't got no card, nigga. I'll swing by the crib and pick up the paper, nigga. We going to get it.
That's how you get it, buddy. You got by any means necessary.
Raise a cat. That's it.
Shouts out to our homie from Philly there to hanging out with us today, man. And on behalf of our in-house comedian extraordinaire, let's bless.
And see, this is my thing. If we let Kanye speak for us all,
Right.
then we just doomed to be niggas. Like, we ain't gonna never be nothing else but niggas. And then that slavery is a choice. You see what I'm saying? I say we stand up and upright again. Hold on, after this Lil Pump song ain't cool no more. Like, just let me, cause that, you such a freaky girl, I love it. That's my fire right now. Cause when I think about it, I want McDonald's fries and I want some pussy. And that one, you know, it's good. That's good.
All this shit,
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh no, but keep it a G. Bitch, don't never wear no 350s around me. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Goddamn, hey, when that boy said that, Drake said a lot of fuck shit. But when Drake said, bitch, keep it a buck around me. Don't you ever wear no 350s around me. That nigga said, bitch, keep it a G around me. You better not ever wear no 350s around me.
Oh,
350s are called Yeezy boots.
At J Pragmatic One. That's at J Pragmatic One. We appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate you watching. We'll catch y'all on the next go round. We out here, y'all. All right.